Alrighty, did you guys drink your water and everything? Hope you guys get yourself a snack too. It's gonna be a lot of reading. I'm gonna drink some water too. I'm gonna be doing a lot of reading. Right. So there's Tataru and Cryle. I miss them. Alright, alright. Vanilla, might I ask a favor of you? I'm not normally one to pry, but Fleming has been oddly distracted ever since he came back to tell us of your travels in the first. Would you go and see if she's alright? Let's see what Cryle says. Old enemies, new threats. Cryle is glad for your return, though it remains to be seen if she has glad tidings to share. Vanilla. What a pleasant surprise. If you come to inquire after the Archons, fear not. Master Matoya's treatment has proven effective in stabilizing their corporal aether. We mustn't grow complacent, however. Potent though these magics may be, they are not without limits. We can only hope they afford us enough time for the Crystal Exarch to complete this work. If only we could go with you to the first and help. Only I can travel at the moment. Pardon the interruption, but I come bearing urgent news. This guy... I remember Maxima actually clearly, because he was with Gaius. Or no, he was with Alphinaud. And with Gaius, yeah. And then they eventually escaped. I kind of have bits and pieces of memories of this guy. But I kind of get what's going on with them. Ah, Lanilla. It has been far too long, my friend. Definitely, it's been a while. Forgive me. I don't believe we've been formally introduced. Maxima, former Garlean ambassador. I remain here in Eorzeon under the auspicious of Commander Alden, offering what counsel I can in the hopes of resolving the present conflict with the Empire. Ah, yes. I have heard stories of the defector from Garlemald, but never mind that. You said you have urgent news? Indeed. As you may have heard, the Imperial capital is in turmoil. We first saw Asabi, if I recall. No, you're right, Zeph. No, you're absolutely right. Oh, yeah, he was with Asahi. Wasn't he his assistant? And then he was like, well, he's dead, and he just moved on. I'm assuming that's what he did, or like either he was his assistant or someone else. As you may have heard, the Imperial capital is in turmoil, and a sizable portion of the Garlean forces have been recalled from the Gimalt Dark. With their numbers so greatly diminished, the main host of the Alliance has withdrawn, leaving the Alamegan resistance to keep watch over the border. And it is there we have welcomed a most unexpected visitor who claims that this de-escalation may belie growing dangers and unforeseen threats. Commander Aldin has arranged for an impromptu meeting to discuss these revelations. He has also requested a representative of the Scions attend as well, though it was clear to whom he wished to extend his invitation. It would seem time is of the essence. Well, you'll not be attending this meeting alone. Though I am not as well as versed in the affairs of city-states or as our comrades, I see no reason to burden a single Scion with all of this. Ah, how nice of you, Cryle. Yes, of course. Then we must make for the Alamegan quarter with all haste. Well, what are we waiting for? Get going, you two. We can lead Tataru to the Rising Stones. We can trust her over here anytime. Her little plie is always so cute. Anything Tataru does is so cute. She's the best. Best character in this game, Tataru. Alright. So this is in Alamegan Quarter. So let's teleport over there then, shall we? There we go. Maxima! Commander Aldin awaits us in the Royal Palace, if you would follow me. Robon! Another dad we all love. Or at least I love him. I think Robon's the best. There he is.
They're here, Commander.
And I, for one, am grateful that they are. Told you've been busy since our paths last crossed at the Gimlet Dark. Not that I understand half of it. When the Scions spoke of other worlds, I struggled to describe what I pictured.
Did Raban's voice change? He sounds really different.
Mayhap things would seem clearer were I to hear the tale from your own lips. But I'm afraid the situation will not afford us that luxury.
I don't know, he sounds so much more different than, like... Maybe it's because it's been so long since I heard from Gaius. Or not Gaius, sorry, Raban. But also, hello, Gaius. Gaius looks great.
I trust you two require no introduction.
We meet again, hero of Eorzea.
Luna's like... She's like, come at me!
Must we repeat this ridiculous display? I pose no threat to you. Though what I come to warn you of very well might.
Had he meant to do us harm, I hazard he would have kept to the shadows, and brought more than 2 companions. We need not pretend to be the best of friends, but I hope we can put aside our differences for the present.
I mean, I think they're researching a lot on how to help by, like, getting rid of the black I forget what's called, the black rose, not black rose. Thought it was... My cat girl's very, very... she's like, he's sus.
As you are doubtless aware, Sir Estinian and I cooperated to rid the world of Black Rose in your absence.
Okay, Black Rose, there you go. That is called Black Rose. Yeah, he is helping out, but he also mentioned earlier that he is trying to atone for his sins. It doesn't make up for the fact of how he killed people and everything, and how the massacre and everything. He killed a lot of people for the plans he had. So it doesn't make up for it, but I guess for now we'll just have to accept that he's helping us for now. Punishments will probably come after. We'll see.
Our journey together took us as far as the Imperial Palace, where we witnessed Emperor Varus meet his death at Xenos' hand.
I'd accept him anytime. Zephyros, goodbye, bonk. I'm gonna bonk you. Honey Jill, you're getting bonked. You are getting bonked.
Being the sole witnesses to this crime, and in no position to defend our innocence, we were then forced to flee, each pursuing his own avenue of escape. When we were later reunited, Estinian claimed to have encountered an unfamiliar kind of machina during his flight. But to me, his description seemed anything but, and upon further investigation, I found that I was right. The Empire is developing a new Ultima Weapon.
What, that Allagan monstrosity?
God.
Created to vanquish primals? With which you yourself once thought to conquer Eorzea?
The same. In my foolishness, I sought to harness its power, and became the Ascian's pawn in so doing. But you know as well as I how that tale ended. The weapon itself, excavated from beneath this very city, was destroyed ere we could fully unravel its secrets, and that should have been the end of it. But unlikely as it sounds, the Empire's efforts to recreate it have somehow borne fruit. Primarily through secret research conducted by the 7th Imperial Legion, it would seem.
Wait, the 7th was all but annihilated at Cartano, along with its legatus.
Indeed, few survived. The 7th, as it is now, has little in common with the Legion led by Vandanis, and its leadership has changed hands several times since. Precisely how this project has continued despite such turmoil, and under whose auspices, remains a mystery. What we do know, however, is that a number of prototypes have been produced, and that one of them is on its way to Eorzea. We attempted to stop it, but it was all we could do to slow its progress, so we resolved instead to bring you warning.
And right glad are we that you did. Though it soundly dashed our hopes that tensions might ease at last.
As it is, we've begun to strengthen our presence in the Gimlet Dark, and are assembling a force to meet the coming threat. A force with you in its vanguard, I hope. Before you say anything, I know full well you have pressing concerns of your own. Your comrades remain in peril, and I would not ask you to forsake them. But the fact remains that you, and you alone, have faced the Ultima Weapon, and emerged victorious. We need you. And so, when the time comes, if your comrades can spare you, I bid you lend us your strength. I've assigned an officer to await your word.
The Ascian's downfall was to be the work of my remaining days. But it was my hand that kindled these flames, and I cannot allow them to spread any further. I will do what I must to see this mistake consigned to history once and for all. Even if it means begging your aid. The Fates will enjoy the irony, even as I endure the ignominy.
I too shall make for the border and offer my skills, meager though they seem in such company. Mayhap we shall meet there anon.
So I guess this arc, we take a small break to... Not a break, but like...
Though we can ill afford to ignore the coming of a new Ultima Weapon, our friends' plight grows ever more precarious, and none save you can join them in the first.
See, okay, I'm glad Kryle mentioned that. So like, they're running out of time, but they're asking us to help them. I hope this doesn't cause so much trouble in the future, because we have to find a cure for them to come back here soon as we can.
I only hope you are not forced to make a choice.
Oh boy, Kryle, you are getting to a good point. I really hope I'm not forced to make one choice, whether it's them or the other, here or there. I really don't want that to be the case at the end. Okay. Speak with Kryle. As ever, the way forward is paved with difficult decisions. We can ill afford to ignore the threat of new Ultima Weapon, but with each passing day, the plight of the Scions grows ever more perilous. If you cannot stay for a debriefing on the Ultima Weapon, I will not stop you. I only ask that you confer with me before returning to the First. Oh gosh. The way home. Kryle can see the steely resolve in your eyes and suspects she knows where duty calls you. What are we gonna pick? I take it you're ready to return to the First? Then I would ask you to praise the others of recent events, here in the source, namely Xena's return and the development of new Ultima Weapon. As for their bodies, you may assure them Master Matoya and I will continue doing what we can to keep their corporal aether stable. Safe travels, Lanella. I hope to see you and the other Scions soon. I mean, frankly, I would have... They already picked the choice for me, but I would have chosen to go back to the Crystarium to talk to them either way. Thancred! I gotta dance with them for a little bit. I'm a little slow, but we got it. Look, our little seal and his Nutkin. Nutkin's adorable. But yeah, Thancred's chill, by the way. They're super nice. I just realized he hasn't showed his... Has he showed his face to everyone yet in the Crystarium? He has, right? Yeah, I think he already showed his face to everyone here. I was like, why is he standing around without his hood now? I thought he'd still be secretive to everyone else, but I forgot everyone knows how he looks now. You come at the most opportune time, my friend. I made something of a breakthrough in my research on the soul and the means to return the Scions home. I trust you too have been making good use of your time. Ill tidings from the source, you say? Then I will summon the others so that we might all be apprised of the situation.
Now that we are all here, what news from the source?
Banquet and Reen are not here.
A new Ultima Weapon. We must count ourselves lucky that Gaius has pledged his assistance.
While this is indeed a worrying development, I think the state of the Empire as a whole greater grounds for concern. With the Emperor slain and Xenos returned, it is impossible to predict how matters will unfold in Garlemald. The Ultima Weapon may be but the first of many unpleasant surprises.
The situation beareth closer observation, of that there is no doubt, and doth compound our need to return unto the source.
Then let us address that issue. Our long search for a means to see you safely home may well be nearing its conclusion. Thanks in large part to Urianger and Beklug's invaluable insight, we have succeeded in fashioning a vessel for the journey.
We set out to create a crystalline container retaining the more useful properties of white aurosite, but without its regrettable limitations. And after a good deal of trial and error, we made one. An ark for soul and mind both that will allow your incorporeal self in its entirety to be ferried between worlds. A spirit vessel, if you will.
Is this like a temporary solution they come up with though?
However.
However?
Same.
Though the vessel is possessed of the requisite qualities to hold mind and memory, it wanteth yet for a means to receive of them. For that, we must needs imbue it with the Exarch's innate gift.
A gift that lives on only through the blood of the Allagan Emperors, which certainly does not flow within aurosite or any other crystal.
A gift that lives only through the blood of the Allagan Emperors? Wait.
Just so, milady. The blood serveth as a conduit of sorts. In its absence, memory cannot pass from mind unto mind, nor from flesh unto crystal.
That being the case, we must either alter the process of inheritance so as to require no such thing, or determine a means by which my blood may permeate the vessel. I am hopeful that the records found within this tower will yield the knowledge we require to pursue one or the other of these avenues.
I wonder if it's because he's kind of a really kind of immortal, sort of kind of immortal. He's aged for a long time, that his blood is able to work like that for us to make even though it's working temporarily.
Well, you should be. The Allagan's body of etherological research is extraordinary. I can scarce believe it the work of ages past. But its underlying principles are not so very different from those of my own field of study. Given time, we will find the answers we seek.
I know that you can ill afford to wait, and it pains me that I must ask you to do so. I can only reaffirm my promise to you that a solution will be found. Whatever it takes, I will see you safely home.
Aww. He does feel really guilty for everything, so I do get that he does want us to do whatever he can for us.
My apologies.
Lena! Yes, come in, Lena. I missed you.
I do hope you haven't come to tell us that mortal peril fast approaches.
No. I had hoped to speak with the Warrior of Darkness.
Oh! You want to talk to me?
But there is no need to cut short your meeting on my account. I will be waiting outside.
Why not speak in here? She knows I don't mind. Unless she didn't want to.
Aww. He's like, she should not want to
Perhaps I might
talk.
accompany you. Though I am woefully ill-qualified to assist in the Exarch's research, I may yet be of some use to Lena.
What would Lena like to talk about? What is he gonna say? It may simply be my imagination, but Lena has been rather brusque with me of late. You don't suppose she's still upset over that mishap with the salmon fillet? What happened with the salmon fillet? What happened with that? I want to know that story. Never have I seen such a repository of knowledge. A stark reminder we truly know of the world. Oriange? Upon White Aurosite's crystalline foundation, we have built not a prison, but a refuge for the soul. Would that Moonbreeder were... Oh, you brought up Moonbreeder! Would that Moonbreeder were here to see the wonders inspired by her research. Moonbreeder! To think we will not only have Xenos to contend with once we return, but a new Ultima Weapon as well. Why must all of our enemies insist on returning from their graves? Seeking counsel. Alphanot is eager to assist Captain Lena. I must confess, while I enjoy my fair share of scholarly research, it will be good to step outside for a spot of fresh air. Now then, shall we go and speak with Lena? That's not a door. I thought that was a door. I thought it'll open, but I forgot to press the button. Alright, let's talk to Lena. I suggest we hurry. Lena does not strike me as one who enjoys being made to wait. Alright. We have little time, so oh wait, Lena's voice. We have little time, so I will be brief. A Sun Eater has been sighted in Lakeland, and I ask for your assistance in slaying it. A Sun Eater? I heard some few yet remained after the knight had returned, but perhaps you could call the others. That will not be necessary. It is only a single Sun Eater, a simple task for our guard, I should think. That said, I believe fighting alongside the Warrior of Darkness would be a valuable experience for them. Peace can lead to complacency. I cannot read. Complacency, and they gain nothing from an easy victory. But you do not underestimate your foes. However harmless they may seem, my men would do well to learn from your examples. Me? Why not Alphanod? Let's be about it then. Actually, that's a good question. Me? Why not Alphanod? You cannot be serious. Come now, Lunella. What could be more inspiring than fighting alongside the renowned Warrior of Darkness herself? Gee, I don't know, Alphanod. I don't know if I can handle it that much, but you guys put too much fate into me. Excellent. Then let us make for a job. Alright, so fort job in Lakeland. Let's go. Alright, Lena. If you would wait here a moment, I would gather the others. You may not remember, but you have met these soldiers once before, though only in passing. Long have they waited the opportunity to fight at your side. I was at death's door that day after the Sun Eaters attacked. If you and yours hadn't come along, I'd have likely stepped through and I wouldn't have been alone. Your courage and selflessness is something we all aspire to. I too was there for a terrible day. My friend was transformed into Sun Eater before my very eyes. I had no choice but to cut her down. The thought of returning to the field, of holding the blade again, it filled me with dread. but that is no way to honor her or my comrades, and so I have returned. I swear I will not let you or anyone else down from this day forward. A pleasure to meet you, miss, truly. It seems like only yesterday I watched you took flight astride of Amaro to go and save the Oracle. Strange to think Gilmoran soldiers we once locked blades with are now at our side, but we will do our utmost to keep the peace here in Lakeland. Would he seem to be missing one? My apologies, Captain Lena. An elderly gentleman asked that I escort him to Claremont. It took longer than I anticipated. I'll not begrudge his desire to help those in need, but a soldier must be punctual, especially when we play host to honored guests. It won't happen again. The name's Thaler. I'm sure you don't remember, but we met once before in the infirmary. Have we? I think I remember. This guy. He's the one who is like, it's you guys that give us hope, even though he's basically giving us hope when we were all like dreading at that time when we got attacked by Valkyrie and the Ilmorians, the Sin Eaters from Ilmor. I asked you to deliver a message to the Exarch and the Warrior of Darkness. Little did I know I was already talking to her. Don't give up. Don't give in. I keep those words close to my heart, and the boundless, beautiful skies above serve as a reminder of their importance. My friend got to see the knight's return shortly before he passed. He left this world with a smile, satisfied with a glimpse of what was to come. But there are countless others who weren't so fortunate. They gave their lives for the promise of a future they'll never know, and so it falls to us to do everything we can to fulfill that promise. No matter what happens, we won't give up. We won't give in. Good for you. Good for all of y'all. Your heroism inspired all of the Godsmen in much the same manner. Our scouts of the northern staging point have not the pleasure of meeting you in person. Let us not keep them waiting. Starium Scout. There's the Sin Eater.
Did you slay this Eater? Your orders were to await the main force before engaging.
No, Captain. It wasn't us, I swear it. A man came out of nowhere and cut it down before we knew what was happening.
He sounds like Urianger. He sounds like Urianger, except not speaking Shakespearean. If this Crystarium Scout is Urianger's voice actor, I called it, is all I'm gonna say.
By himself. Certainly it is no Light Warden, but nevertheless.
It's true. Felled it with a single swing of his axe, he did. I've never seen anything like it.
Swing of his axe.
So I says to him, who are you, the warrior of bleeding darkness? And he says, no, I'm a warrior of light. And that was it. Buggered off as quick as he came.
No, I'm the warrior of light. Oh! I think I know who they're talking about.
A warrior of light?
Why would someone go around calling himself that, though? It was those bastards who caused the flood. I mean, if you were going to pretend to be anyone, it'd be her. The warrior of darkness.
Yeah, about that. Thaler.
Hey? Oh, I didn't know. It's an honor.
I think I remember clearly at the end of the main... of 5.1, they revealed someone who looks really close to Arbor.
Since the Eater is no longer a threat, our work here is done. Return to your posts.
There was someone who looked like Arbor, except he shaved, so like younger Arbor. And then that makes me question, is Arbor even here right now? Like, I know he gives us privacy and stuff, but like, I wonder if he's around hearing this. Ghost Arbor?
I had hoped to fight at your side today. But I'll continue to follow your example, and may we meet again.
Maybe meet again then. Taylor, I think it's Taylor.
I apologize for the wasted journey. It seems I overestimated the threat.
Nah.
As for this warrior of light, I do not know who would be brazen enough to take that mantle for his own. Whatever it may once have meant, it is forever tainted by the association with the Flood. The Exarch told me the truth of Ardbert and his comrades' deeds, and I am aware they played some part in your own triumph. But to most, they are synonymous with the calamity that befell this world. Still, if this man is minded to destroy Sin Eaters, I may forgive him his unfortunate choice of alias. But that is neither here nor there. I thank you for accompanying me.
Aww.
With that concluded, shall we return to the Crystarium? There is a proposal I should like to make.
Does something come to your mind, Alphanon?
Forgive me. There is one more thing.
Yes, actually, I want to hear why you're acting kind of strange, Lena.
A personal concern of mine. I had hoped you might have a moment to speak privately.
Take your time. I shall go on ahead.
What could be
I will
wrong?
not mince words. This matter concerns the Exarch. Though his countenance belies his age, his demeanor never has. He has seen more than any man should and grown ever more weary with time. But I see I give the wrong impression. While it is true he attempted to open a letter with a salmon fillet the other evening, we are not here because I suspect his mind is deteriorating. Nor do I believe him to be so maddeningly unconcerned by the prospect of his own death as he once was. Indeed, the opposite is true. It is for this reason that I seek your advice. Since he returned from the Tempest, the Exarch is not as he was. He seems a different man, a younger man. I know not the details of his research, but when I saw him at work recently, there was a glint in his eye that I had never seen before. He looked happy.
It's because it's what he always wanted, I believe.
It was as if he had peered into the future and for the first time found joy there. Though it gladdens me to see him thus, I wonder if I should not keep my distance. I fear that my presence will only anchor him to the past.
Oh,
Remind him of all the
Lena.
pain that came before.
From what I read, Lena is, kind of like an adopted daughter for him in a way. Because he took care of Lena since she was little. And he took care of her for until now. Oh no, did Lena think that he just doesn't... that she's stopping him? Or like, not stopping him. Like she said, she's anchoring him to the past. That like, if she's with him, she'll only bring him pain. That's sad, Lena. I don't think he thinks that. Anchors keep us where we've chosen to be. He's lost without you, you know, and he misses you already. I think that's a good one to say. I think he misses you already.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Then perhaps we might remain as we were. As we have always been.
Exactly, Lena. I don't think you bring him that much pain or anything.
What a relief. In that case, I will have to speak with him about the amount of time he is spending at work. This research is important, I know, but if he refuses to consider his own health, I will have to consider it for him.
Ah. Alright, Lena. Facing the truth. Her mind at ease, Lena is ready to return to her duties. I will not keep you. You and your comrades have much to discuss. Oh, it's right, her voice. I will see the others back to their post. Oh, I don't have to teleport. I could fly. So where is Alphanaut at the moment? He's in the Crystarium. They can fly in. Or actually, I could save time, but eh. The others were quite shocked to hear what we found in Lakeland. But now that you're here, there is a proposal I would like to make. I have been spending a great deal of time in the Cabinet of Curiosity, and of late I've noted more and more people perusing books on history, the years leading up to the Flood in particular. I suspect they wish to know more about the Wars of Light, as well they should, but nearly everything I've come across describes them as Sin-Eaters or wars. Regardless of whether or not this War of Light is who they claim to be, I worry that their sudden appearance, in conjunction with this renewed interest in their possessors, may lead to growing unrest and fear. If the people of the Crystarium seek the truth, I say we give it to them. I too can attest to the falsehoods found within full many of the Cabinet's tomes, with nary a mention of the noble deeds of Albert and his comrades. To be fair, they bear some responsibility for the flood, and when the tale is told again and again over the course of the century, I'm not surprised to see their roles distorted and them painted as villains. Were it not for the records stored within the Crystal Tower, I would have had no reason to question the narrative. Unfortunately, that knowledge was of no use, for when I arrived here in the first, the reputation had already been irreparably tarnished. That said, there still remain those who worked tirelessly to defend their good name in those early days following the Flood.
Considering all the good they had done, I find it a wonder that they needed defending at all. They brought to justice the man who misused my knowledge to bring about the fall of Vobert. That such heroes could be spoken of the same breath as Sin-Eaters is absurd.
Under normal circumstances, I would agree, but time passed, those who knew firsthand of their deeds dwindled. In the end, only one truth remained. That they were the cause of the Flood. With the world on the brink of oblivion, it was all too easy for the warriors of light to become villains, deserving only resentment and hate. At that point, the truth mattered little. It would not change their lot. Thanks to all of you, however, their lot has changed, and now they may heed the long-forgotten truth. You claimed that it was Albert who helped you overcome Emmet-Selk, correct? Such a revelation would do swell the sway of hearts of those who know him only as a villain. I have shared this with a select few. One and all must be told of his sacrifice. To that end, I say we proceed with Alphanaut's plan. We call together the people of the Crystarium and recount to them the true tale of warriors of light and the flood that followed in their wake. Well, what say you, Unilla? Spread the word, I say. I wish we had done this sooner. Nah, I just say spread the word. We can work on it now, that's all that matters. Then we're all one mind on the matter. Good. Exarch, might I ask you to continue working with the Beck Lug? On our means of returning home, the rest of us will see the gathering, the people of the Crystarium and the Etc. We have to reach out to anyone and everyone who might be willing to lend an ear. With any luck, word will spread and more will accompany them. Come to browse wares in the market, have you? Well, I can't guarantee you'll have no trouble finding what you need, whatever it may be. Under Yulmor's new leadership, trade has never been more prosperous. Words as a fellow from Dodulus Stormrooks has taken over as mayor. Did he really? Little wonder business is booming the way it was. I imagine it won't be long before our node wants to reap its benefits, but you come to talk about the market. Something on your mind? I see. The Exarch did mention they had something to do with returning to the Knight of Orvand. Alright, consider my interest piqued. Oh, but Ash, of course, me hearing the build-up, it doesn't mean I dislike it so far. I do, like what's going on. There's so many things just happening, but I'm more like, my mood right now is more like, oh, okay, this is happening. Oh, okay, this is happening. So no excitement just yet. So we'll see when I start to get excited again. Well, well, to what do I owe the pleasure, whatever it is? I might ask you to be brief. With the night return, visitors have been flocking to the Crystarium, and I find myself too busy by half. I don't mind it, though, seeing the stairs so full of life and excitement. One can almost forget the flood ever happened. And the Warriors of Light, yes, the Exarch has mentioned them before, but everyone knows them now as the cardinal virtues. Or are you suggesting that there's more to it than that? Well, you yet to steer us wrong, so I'm willing to hear what you have to say. So why are we talking to people? I want to make sure I understand that properly. With the threat of an 8-umbral calamity averted, Lord Valchi's reign at the end, the people of Norvant now strive to rebuild a new future for themselves. To that end, some have begun to seek the truth in the past. They wish to understand the flood which nearly consumed their world, as well as the role the Warriors of Light played in bringing it about. Alphinaud believes the Scions would aid the people in this endeavor to divulge what they know to those willing to listen. He asks you and the others to fan out and invite the people at the Crystarium to the etc. After you give them the accurate account of what happened all those years ago. I see. Okay, I'm glad I read that, because sometimes I don't understand why I'm doing what I do. So I'm quite glad I read that.
Lunella, my, what a wonderful surprise. Though I hope your being here doesn't mean someone's being hurt. Thanks to you, I had far fewer patients coming through my door of late, which is a shame, come to think of it. I've had fewer opportunities to test my new medicines. I just, of course. It's actually been quite pleasant to have a few moments to myself now and again. The truth about the Warriors of Light, but the Exarch has already spoken with me about them. Well, if there's more to the tale, I'd very much like to hear it. So I guess I'm telling all these people so far about the tale of the Warriors of Light. So we're spreading good news. I guess what we're doing is we're spreading good news about our burden squad. I mean, which they deserve. Their sacrifice shouldn't just be in vain like that. But of course, the story will get twisted when people are not there to see it for themselves. Atlas! Well, well, what a coincidence. I was just reading over a letter I received from Grenald not long ago. He says a visitor from the Crystarium found him at the bottom of the ocean, and that she inspired him to reach his new artistic heights. Well, I can only think of one person capable of both feats, though I had to say the latter is far more impressive. To think fate could bring the two of you together in such a place. I'm sorry? You mean the Exarch didn't tell us the whole story of the Warriors of Light? Well, whatever he's left unsaid, I'm all ears. I said hears, but I meant ears. The next one, the last one should be... Oh, Cabinet of Curiosity. Are we gonna talk to Morin? Morin's a sweetheart. I'm excited to see Morin. No, this can't be. Surely there's at least one book here that does not cast the Warriors of Light and the deeds such a negative light. There, Morin. Oh,
Oh, Lunella, forgive me. The Cabinet of Curiosity has been bustling with visitors of late, but I fear our repository lacks for the knowledge that they seek. The people wish to know the truth of the flood, of the Warriors of Light. I have searched high and low, but alas, every account portrays them as no better than sin eaters. Abominations worthy only of scorn and resentment. I know they were not always judged so harshly, yet I can find no proof, and I dare call myself a librarian. There, Morin. There, it's not your fault. Would you address the people and tell them the truth of the Warriors of Light? Of the Flood? How wonderful. You regaled me with the tale once before, but I should love to hear it again. Oh, and you may be assured I will not come alone. There, Morin. Speak with Alphanod. Where is he? The Excedra. Near the Docile Gate. There you are. Between the four of us, I dare say we swept the Crystarium from top to bottom. Now we need but wait for the people to gather. So we should definitely reveal the story now. I wonder what the people how are they going to react to this, though.
Yes, this looks to be nearly everyone. Let us begin, shall we? Though I am usually the first to hold forth at such events, I think on this occasion that honor should fall to you.
Oh, don't make me talk, Alphanod. Why would it have to pick me? I'm not good with talking in public, Alphanod. You should know better. Yeah, same.
They would be more inclined to take the word of the Warrior of Darkness.
Indeed. In light of the subject matter, who better than thee to speak these truths?
Luna's head too empty. Too empty. See, there you go. I'm already stumbling my words. How do you expect me to talk in front of so many people like this? I'm gonna stumble on all my words. In light of subject matter. Okay, yeah, he already said that. Looney's face is like, yeah. About that. Yes, once upon a time, there was Arbert, and Arbert and his pals were pretty lit. They would go off and with their Amuro and kill random things, yes. And along with that, they kind of had lots of troubles. I'm trying to narrate the best I can at the top of my head. Yes, I know, it's so devastating. They went through so much to take care of everyone and protect this place. They were heroes. But unfortunately, Minfilia came in and she was like, Arbert, yeah, too bad. You're gonna have to suffer for 100 more years alone. So you can stay. But then you helped me, and that made me happy. So I'm happy to have Arbert as my buddy here.
Wicked White. The Warriors of Light did all that?
Yep, they did all of that.
So they never... I mean, they only ever wanted to help. And when everything they'd done turned to ash, they still carried on.
Yes. Arbert, and just an FYI, Arbert was a ghost for 100 years, and and all of y'all were like yelling at them and saying bad things to them. He heard them all, by the way.
They gave everything to stop the flood. First their lives, then their souls.
Yep.
And they managed it too. In the end, they saved us. And we cursed their names.
This should go a long way towards clearing the air.
Thanks, I'm glad you liked my presentation, Alphanod. I worked really hard on that. Arbert! Wait, but you're not a ghost. Wait, and you shaved. You're shaved, Arbert. You're not my Arbert.
Impossible.
You can see him too? I take it I'm not imagining this then. This is probably more accurate. So I'm not imagining him. That's actually Shaven Arbor.
Something. You don't think it's a ghost, do you?
Nay,
It's Alfred.
yonder standeth no bloodless apparition, but a warrior of light and darkness both. Ardbert.
Is Alfred afraid of ghosts? He reacted like, no thank you, no ghost please. Albert, how can you shave? Horrid. Actually, I think he looks good, but just saying. I think he looks good whether he has the beard or not, actually.
What in the world?
Same. Y'shtola? Yeah. A ghost? Same.
It's you! The one who slew the Eater!
Oh, well then you say hello to Ardbert? Question mark?
That it should be the warrior of darkness who brought the truth to light. You've saved me a fair bit of time. Though I have a few words of my own to say, if I may.
I just don't know how you're here, first of all.
People of the Crystarium! I am Ardbert. One of those you know as a warrior of light.
I already don't like how he's talking, just because Arbert's personality, he already seems kind of smirky and a little overconfident. And I don't know, I feel like Ardbert wouldn't talk like that with how his personality is. I'm already very sus by looking at you. Not only by the fact that you're
That's
alive
impossible.
here.
You should be dead.
Aye, that I should. But as the world has been given new life, so too have I. I know not why I, and I alone, have been gifted this chance. But I do know this. Only by the will of the star itself could such a miracle come to pass.
Yeah, Luna's like, you're sus.
The hero who stands before you now, the warrior of darkness, is not of this world. And the day will come when she must return to her home.
Now, why would you expose me like that? I have to tell that myself, shouldn't I?
But this land is our home. And if it is to remain so, now and forevermore, it is we who must protect it. The time to rely on saviors from afar has passed. It is you who must rise. You who must become the new warriors of light.
I mean...
Us? Warriors of Light?
I guess I get what he's trying to say.
None of us were born heroes, my friend. I was only ever a man with a thirst for adventure. But wherever my journeys took me, I was invariably confronted with the same choice. To lend what aid I could to those in need, or not. And I always chose the former. Any one of you could do the same. All you need is the will to help your fellow man, and the resolve to see it through.
Hydrate! Thank you for redeeming the hydrate, Ash. I appreciate. You're very sus. You're very sus.
From thine own lips did we learn of Ardbert's fate, and by thy countenance I gather thou art not inclined to recant thy testimony. Yet whosoever this man may be, his words hold truth and resonate with the citizenry besides. For us to voice our doubts here and now would serve but to sow disquiet. 'Twere better we retired unto the ocular and there discuss this matter in private.
Go. I will stay here and watch.
I don't trust him. I don't trust Beardless Ardbert. Beardless Ardbert is the enemy. I do not care. He is not to be trusted.
So, That is a warrior of light of the first. I've not had the pleasure of making his acquaintance, but as you all seem to be in agreement, I gather this is no simple case of mistaken identity.
As far as I was able to discern, that was indeed Ardbert. It has been a long time, but not that long. Could he truly have been resurrected as he claims?
It's also not an impossible thing, because, like, well... I don't know, after the last time... I think Ardbert, once he helped us during that final battle in main patch, I think he left after that? No, he didn't. No, did he? I don't remember. I just don't remember seeing him after that. And then this guy shows up. I'm trying to make... No, absolutely not. It looks like him, sounds like him, but it isn't him. I'll easily pick the second option this time. It is not him. Thank you very much.
Ardbert did entrust his very soul unto thee. I see no reason to question thy judgment.
Okay, yeah. I'm pretty sure we just merged after that. Ardbert and I just merged. That is not him.
Nor I. To my eyes, your ether burns as brightly as the day you slew Emmett Selk. That is proof that he is with you still.
Yet that which standeth now before the people is far more than a passing imitation. I am reminded of the cardinal virtues, though a sin-eater he is not. Which leaveth but one plausible explanation.
Which is?
That he is an Ascian.
Who?
Given their fondness for posthumous possession, I would have to agree. From what I understand, the Warriors of Light were laid to rest in Yulmore by those whom they had aided in life. At the time, some few still remembered them as heroes.
Oh.
Needless to say, 4 of them were subsequently exhumed to serve as the virtues. And if one knew where to look, Ardbert too would not have been difficult to find.
Assuming then that this is indeed the work of an Ascian, my mind inevitably turns to the last remaining paragon to survive the Sundering.
Elidibus. That Xenos hath reclaimed his own flesh is known.
Elidibus.
Thus evicted from his borrowed form, and cognizant no doubt of Emmett Selk's failure here in the first, 'tis quite possible the emissary chose Ardbert for his next vessel.
Inhabiting the flesh of the fallen? Why, that is unsavory. And they do this often, you say?
Verily, for they possess no corporeal forms of their own. In what one may term their natural state, none save those gifted with the echo can perceive them. Indeed, when Elidibus intruded upon the waking sands, his presence did go unmarked by all save Minfilia and the Warrior of Light. On that occasion, I myself remained ignorant of his coming until after his departure. It was only at a later juncture, when he deigned to appear before me in borrowed flesh, that I was finally able to take the measure of him.
Refilling my water.
In such puppetry do the Ascians engage when they seek to influence the course of history.
And they have gained much by it. Emmett Selk single-handedly built the Garlean Empire in this manner, while La Hebrea came close to conquering Eorzea, having taken possession of Thancred's living body.
Yet it must needs be noted that the Ascians cannot avail themselves of all mortal vessels. For were they able to do so, none would serve as a better pawn than our own redoubtable champion. Mayhap the blessing of light shieldeth Hydaelyn's chosen from Ascian influence. Or mayhap other forces are at work. We cannot say for certain.
Whatever the reason, I hope it holds true. I dare not contemplate what might come to pass otherwise.
Is it not peculiar, then, that Ardbert's mortal remains should be susceptible, given that he was once a warrior of light? Or did the final departure of his soul make it possible, perhaps?
See, that's a good thought too, Y'shtola. See, even though he did what he did at the final battle, and then I thought either we merged or he just left and became ghosty and ascended, and maybe came back to Earth after ascending as Ardbert. But that's so complex that it's like, maybe that's not the case.
Regardless, to hear an Ascian use him to call forth new warriors of light boggles the mind.
Elidibus hath ever been an enigma, his ostensible purpose being to preserve the balance between light and dark. When he made overtures towards me, however, I was afforded a glimpse behind the mask of the self-appointed emissary. I shall not defend mine actions, undertaken in pursuit of a better understanding of our foe as either wise or prudent.
Isn't this a really old cutscene that we never got back to? I might be thinking so far behind, like, I don't know, I just remembered like Urianger was in a library and then he saw someone and they never explained what that was. Is this what they're referencing to? Because I remember like this happened and it was just so sudden. It was not taken that seriously at that point. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever.
Nevertheless, what little I did glean may now prove useful. Elidibus possesseth a subtle mind, practiced in the art of manipulation. That he coaxed this star's most valiant heroes as far as the source with naught save half-truths is no trifling feat. And now I believe he doth employ his skills once more to some as yet unknown end. Though naught is certain, should my suspicions prove true, we shall have need of all our wits if we are to uncover and thereafter thwart his plot.
Agreed. 'Tis plain that simply speaking out against him will not avail us. At best, it would only serve to confuse the people. And I would hesitate to do anything which might tarnish Ardbert's reputation once more, nor yours by association. That being the case, it may be wise to keep a covert eye on this Ardbert's movements, as we attempt to discern his purpose and how best to mitigate his influence.
I see. I don't think that's Ardbert, though, that for sure.
His performance appears to have concluded. What now? Go back out and follow him?
'Twould appear Master Alphino already hath pursuit in mind, and I suspect one pair of eyes shall better serve our cause than half a dozen. Let the rest of us maintain an inconspicuous distance, for the present at least.
This takes me back to like when Alice was snooping on other characters, or she was snooping around, and I forgot who she was snooping at around Heavensward or ARR after. No, yeah, Heavensward, around there after patches for Heavensward. Alice was like snooping around, and she was observing either Urianger or someone else. Now Alphinaud's gonna be doing the snooping. Alright. Oh, this is not. Speak with Crystal Exarch. Wait, before... Are we gonna go back to the Vera area? Okay, before we do that, I want to just see what everyone's saying. We must not act until Ardbert had made plain his plans. It would be folly to proclaim his false juncture. We were a hair's breadth from defeat when we faced them at Silk, and now we must contend with yet another Ascian. We must tread carefully. Bekla.
What a despicable practice, appropriating corpses. Such depravity eclipses any horrors I witnessed in the age of Wobert. They must be stopped.
Okay. A sleep disturbed. With the furrowed brow, the crystal exarch deliberates your next move. You did well to dispel the falsehoods surrounding the Boys of Light and their actions prior to the Flood, though I must say the reappearance of Albert, or rather one who appropriated his identity, was rather a curious development. He is an impostor, of that there's no doubt, but to the masses he will appear as a hero returned from the grave.
After the Warriors of Light were laid to rest in Yolmor, the people prayed fervently for the gods to deliver them for their plight. Pray that these fallen heroes are born again for their sacrifices. What bitter irony.
I, for one, would like to know why Albert urged the people to become Warriors of Light themselves. Ere we take action, we must needs ascertain his intent. Let us pray Master Alpha returned soon with that most essential knowledge. For now, I think it's best to apprise Thancred and Reen of our efforts. When we do confront Albert, we shall no doubt have need of their strength. Agreed. I think it prudent we all take measures to prepare for what's to come. Becklug and I will continue our research into how we might improve the spirit vessel. That it might one day carry you home. Then I think it time I return to the Great Wood. Until now, everything we have learned of the Ascians has been handed to us at their leisure. But that was one of Emmett Sulk's unique failings. I have no reason to think Elidibus will be as forthcoming. Fortunately, I recently received word from Fano that hereafter unexplored chambers have been discovered deep within Katana Rabble. Ahmet believes the relics with a tale of a great calamity that befall an ancient civilization, that of the Ascians, perhaps. They may lead us to the truths we seek. Would you care for company? Be sure to let me know how it works out. Have a nice trip! Have a nice trip, Y'shtola! But I like Y'shtola, so... Would you care for some company? I wouldn't dream of going without you. Oh! Oh, Y'shtola! Oh! Right in the heart, Y'shtola! Oh, that got me, Y'shtola. When you are ready, make for Fano. Almed and his sisters will be expecting us. Let us be about our tasks. Pray give my regards to the V's. Oh right, they're not called Viera here, they're called the V's. So we're gonna go back there. Katana Rabble. Oh, I love Katana Rabble. I love Katana Rabble so much. I love design of the duty. I love how, I just love especially the fountain area when we leave the cave. Alright, Ahmed. Oh, Y'shtola before. Let us pray these new ruins are not as unwelcoming as the last. I think we should be fine now. We're friends now. We should be fine. Welcome to the Alleys of Blanca. We have accomplished much since you last came. With the Light Warden Dread and its minions dispersed, we have lastly reclaimed our hunting grounds in the Raktika Falls. It was there we discovered more ruins. Although we ran a fall of no traps while exploring its halls, we determined that the innermost chambers were warded by magic. We were all in agreement before any investigation could proceed. You should be summoned. We were grateful that you did. From what you have told me, I strongly suspect that the wisdom my comrades and I seek can be found within. This wisdom could prove invaluable, for we may soon face a foe whose greatest asset is our ignorance. I see. Then it's good that you have come. Blanca was once home to the greatest weapons, knowledge and understanding. It is our duty to ensure you and yours do not want for either. That said, we must proceed with caution. To reach the inner chamber unmolested suggests a more formidable deterrent yet lies within. Come Come now, is there any threats creeping within the ruins pale in comparison to those we have faced thus far? This is not a game, sister. You should not be so eager to run headlong into danger. Her smirk. She's like, I got this. Oh, and who was it pinning for return for our allies? We might venture into the ruins, clutching her staff at night, wishing it were. Oh, she's like, oh, you promised not to tell. Then I suggest we be going. I know Umet's the most energetic out of the sisters. Get back here. She's definitely the most energetic. Remind me, exactly how old are you and your sisters? On second thought, perhaps it's for the better, I do not know. Pray forgive their overzealous nature. None save we three have been privileged to escort you and yours to the ruins and bear witness to the secrets. Their hearts are now burned with the curiosity that is not easily satiated. Please, you need to apologize. As a seeker of knowledge myself, I understand full well their enthusiasm. And if you're not for your sedulous efforts to protect the ruins, we would not be afforded for this opportunity. Speaking of which, I believe that I've kept you away from the ruins long enough. Come, let us make for Kitana Ravel. So, are we doing Kitana Ravel again, or are we just gonna go inside for something, for exploration? I'm curious now. Okay. How far is it? Oh, wait. Speak with Almet. Kitana Ravel's all the way there. Do I have fly? I probably have not unlocked fly here. Most likely not. Yeah. Alright, where's the right way? Where's that path? This shall be a long way down because I have not unlocked fly. Because once again, I was hashtag lazy and did not unlock fly for the places I should go fly to. Even Emmett Selk was taken back to find a mural illustrating the final days in these ruins. What other surprises do you suppose lie within? I feel oddly ill-equipped to venture inside, but with you here, I'm sure things will work out. Ready when you are. Alright, Almet, let's do this. It is most strange for these halls to be left unguarded. Have care when breaking the seal on the chamber door. Danger surely awaits us on the other side. And you stroll up, please don't die again. Please don't. I need you alive. Set aside sufficient time. Oh, there's gonna be long cutscenes. Well, you know what that means, guys. Get your popcorn, get a snack, get your water ready. There's gonna be a long cutscene session. And then there's gonna be a duty. Am I ready for this duty? It's gonna be one of those fancy solos. It's gonna be one of those, isn't it? Oh boy. Ready, guys? Did you get your snacks? Get your water? I can wait for a little bit. I can do a little... Can wait for a little bit for you guys to get your snacks and stuff. Because there's gonna be long cutscenes. Commence battle for a sleep disturbed. Alright. I'll get a sip of my water. Alright. Let's go. We are gonna proceed.
Come. Our new discoveries are to be found this way.
Oh. New discoveries, they say. That looks beautiful.
The people of Ronka are known to have venerated animals, but these features do not match those of any indigenous species. This is no common beast.
I thought it was an Amuro at first from the back, and then I saw the face, and I'm like, that's not an Amuro. That's absolutely not an Amuro. It's kind of like an insect, but like it has fangs and horns. I thought it has like tiny arms as well.
Though that much is plain from its proportions.
You could say that again, Y'shtola.
Lifelike, is it not? One could almost imagine it breathed.
Oh my gosh. Umet.
This owl, by contrast, seems no different from the others we've seen.
That is true. Also, a reminder that these girls are like probably like 200, 300 years plus. They're old, but they're adorable.
The sealed door lies ahead. As you see, one statue is missing. I expect we are meant to replace it as before.
What is the spooky music
Too
like?
simple. There will be some additional defense mechanism.
Hello? That horror peaking music, I don't like it. If I get jump scared, I'm not gonna be happy. I'm just gonna say it right now. I ain't gonna be happy. I ain't gonna
Just
happy.
a moment. There are words carved into the stone. He who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber shall instead waken the beast and know his folly. Wait! Don't!
No! Umet! Oh no!
What? But I only... What is happening?
Umet, we just unlocked something really bad.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, it lives!
I'm sorry, I said ew because that looks horrifying.
Why am I not surprised? Prepare yourselves.
Wait, actually, I say it looks horrifying, but it's also kind of pretty at the same time. Is that weird? No! What? I was looking at it, I was like, wait, it has gold, and then it has like, the design is really, it's like, okay, it's like a children's book. It's like a kid took, you asked a kid to draw a dragon, and it drew the face by memory. You know what I'm saying? What? Huh? It turned them into cards? Do we have to Yu-Gi-Oh duel? It's time to duel. Did I get my disc out? My Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh snap. Oh snap. Trials threshold. You trespass, mortal, upon sacred ground. In retribution, 4 souls have I bound. Yet 2 heroes proven, learned, and wise. A comrade's soul shall be their prize. If you would see theirs set free, answer me these riddles 3. Deft of paw with kin do I be. Though sought apart, betterment the whole do our effort descry. What am I? Wait, what? I have to read that. Deft of our kin do I be. I though sought apart, the whole do our efforts descry. What am I? Okay, don't tell me you got... If you know, don't tell me. I'm gonna take a guess. I have to read through it. But... Luxord. Urianger has been summoned. You're not an astrologer. I was thinking that. Hold on, I got this. I got this. I'm an astrologer now. I might die, but like... Oh, no, no, no. Hold on. I can't equip it. Yeah, that's what I thought. My gear, all of it needs to be mended. Oh my gosh. Let's see. I activate my credit card! Okay. Deaf to pin king do I be, though sought apart, betterment of the whole of our effort describe. What am I? What? I don't know. I don't wanna hurt them. When in doubt, I'm gonna pick the popo. Oh god, 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 I don't know. Oh no! Indeed, the popo was keen and shrewd, the spirit of ingenuity, by whose guidance the Ronkins did pursue. The riddle answer your concern, thus your soul returns! Genius! With fearsome fang I travel with pack. Together we find harmony, and thus for peace our lands does not lack. What am I? Oh, travels in a pack? Easy peasy. Wolf! Indeed, 'twas the spirit of the wolf with their doctrines praised, that they would know peace and harmony to end of their days. The riddle's answer, and you did his return, thus our soul returns. That big brain! I just big brain! On my belly do I crawl, by my strength does prosperity reign within our hall. What am I? On my belly do I crawl. Wait, I already done wolf and a popo, so it has to be serpent. This is like, but either way, I mean, it is on his belly, so that's the easier one. Look at their walk. Indeed, the dread serpent turned protector, lured the slumber, ere to tear the world saw sunder. The riddle's answer you did, I cannot read. Wait, hold on. Can I talk to them? Okay. Desire you that which yet I claim, then we shall play another game. Give me back your stola!
Thanks to you.
Give me back your stola! A test of mind and memory. Choose wisely, you all may yet go free. Twist these talismans hid, fight friend and foe. Choose your companions well or sorrow no. Free your comrades from the talismans. Also, thank you so much to Christy Rushes for... Oh, what's the cosplay today? A character you'll meet in the future, because I know you're not there yet, Crispy. So, this is definitely spoilers for you. But, thank you for subscribing and resubbing. Oh my god, 5 months? 5 months? Thank you! Holy heck, I appreciate very much. Thank you so much for the resub. But yeah, with that, I could read these talismans. Okay. Simet? Okay, so one of these cards will have your stola in them. Oh no. Twist these talismans, hide friend and foe. Choose your companions well, or sorrow no. One of these cards have to be different from the other. I'm gonna look at them. I'm gonna take my time and look at them. Maybe one of them has to have a different design that would differentiate them from the rest. They can't make it that hard, or else that'd be lame. Unless they would, I mean, okay. This, so far, I see nothing different. It's probably gonna be like, find the difference, you know, spot the difference? Unless it's just pure luck, then that would suck, but... Because I don't know how to guess these sometimes, but... If they're all the same card, then... We must choose carefully. They all look like they're about the same. When I did this part, I didn't know what I was doing, and I just picked the cards at random immediately and somehow got it right. Okay! So I guess you were lucky, huh? I do not suggest that method. I agree. I think there is a hint here that I'm missing. that will be on the card itself. Let's see. There has to be something here to hint. They're all Ronkin talismans. All of them look exactly the same. If only I could read these talismans. Alright. I will make a decision. It will not be a good one, but I will make it. Oh god. Alright. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. I'm choosing this one. I'm choosing this one. Oh god, I'm so sorry, Y'shtola. Huh? Did I do it? What? Wait. Am I supposed to hit 2 of them? Well, I got 1 Y'shtola card. Oh, am I supposed to open 2 of them? 1 more? Y'shtola! Y'shtola! Oh, Y'shtola! Y'shtola? No, that'd be too easy, but what if it's that one? Oh no, I'm not good with decisions like these. Where is the hint? Where is the hint? Oh goodness gracious. Y'shtola, I'm so sorry if I get it wrong. You know, I got excited because I thought you're supposed to find 1, and I was like, oh my god, I got Y'shtola. Alright, here we go, guys. Ready? This one. That is a... No, I'm so sorry, Y'shtola! Wait, does it change? Oh, are we given chances? I thought... Oh! This whole time I thought, like... I should've gone with my gun. This whole time I thought it's gonna end the duty if I, like... That's what I was thinking so hard. I thought the duty's gonna end if I didn't find it in the first try. If you would glean the knowledge enshrined in this earth, I would first take the measure of your worth. Y'all, I was so scared. One worthy is she who the Ronkets extolled. Must strong of mind, body, and soul. I would have been freaking out too. Oh, are we fighting? Defeat the Waka, okay. Alright. Ah, don't come near me! Oh, I could fall off, probably. Yikes, 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 yikes.
I will not hold back.
You don't hold back, Queen. You don't hold back.
Here I come.
Help? Lunella, hurry. We have to save her. Please save me. Yes, thank you very much. Oh, I forget we probably have to keep these guys alive too. Right. Oh wait, why didn't I use these two? My bad!
will not hold back!
Go off, Y'shtola! Oh, I guess I'm tanking. Ah! Okay, they keep going behind it. Probably best to keep defeating over here then.
This and that and this!
Gloves are off.
The gloves are off. Poisoned. Oh gosh, thank you, Simon. Ew! Get out, get out, get out, get out. There we go. Wonders me. Oh. Can you? There.
This is going to leave a mark.
Y'shtola. Nice. Well fought, hero. The trial is complete. The way is open, and thus I concede defeat. Nice. Can you move out of the way, though, please? Thank you. So we will returned.
'Twould seem the magics have returned us. How polite. Now, what have we learned?
Umet.
Ah, we were bound to run into a living statue eventually. And now we can open the door.
Oh, what a free spirit you are, Umet. You know what? It's still good that you did that. Her smile, she's like, yeah, what about it? I did what I did.
He who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber.
Who is that? Oh, this must be a tomb for whoever that is.
A tomb, just as I thought. Befitting a hero.
She is Vis. Could it be the Archmage Tiuna?
Tiuna.
A legendary hero of Ronka, as you surmised. The tales tell of how she smote entire armies with a single incantation, so potent was her spellcraft. Though she ever fought in the name of peace.
I thought them no more than tales. To think she really existed.
Well, I, for one, always believed.
I wonder. By the light of fallen stars, great power awakens.
Tiuna was not only a master of spellcraft. It is said she could see truths long lost and hear the voices of men's hearts.
Naught less than the Echo. In which case, none of this is mere coincidence.
So she might have had something like the Echo, this Tiuna person? Tiuna V?
A shower of stars setting the sky aflame. And in both this world and the Source, we find individuals within whom a mysterious power awakened at the sight. We can never unpick the why of it. Now, however, I believe we might.
Oh.
Does the scene depicted here not resemble the one we saw when we first ventured into the Katana Ravel? Moreover, does it not recall that which Emmett Selk invited us to witness in Amarot?
Oh. She was around that time, possibly? Nah, she can't be.
The final days. If, as the Exarch's research suggests, soul and mind share a fragile yet profound bond, might it not be possible for an event to leave such a deep imprint upon the soul that it could be perceived eons later, given a suitable trigger? The Echo defies explanation by conventional etherological theory, or shall we say modern etherological theory. But if it is a power that once belonged to the ancients, to souls yet undivided, it would seem I have entered the realm of pure speculation, and I call myself a scholar. I shall refrain from making any further wild claims until such time as I have evidence.
No, I appreciate your speculations, Y'shtola. I just like hearing you go off in thought.
Still, I cannot choose but be reminded of our experience in Amarot.
Then you must recall Emmett Selk's dying request. I will not soon forget it. I will probably say, I will not soon forget it.
Remember us.
Yep.
History is learned, not lived. We have always protected the Tales of Ronka, just as we have protected this place. But we are mindful of what our mothers taught us.
I'm struggling with account verifying and muting calls. I see the option now. It was in front of my face. Okay, well, I'm glad you got it, Rito. Yeah, I think you're struggling. I don't know if what else for you to do, because it should be, when you verify your Discord account, it's just a simple click on the email, type in code, and one of those easy things. I don't know what else would possibly happen. Could possibly happen because of that. And why it's not working for you specifically.
We see the past through our own eyes, and speak of it with our own words. Thus do we come to understand it in our own way. But this is not the same.
Your mothers were wise.
Right.
Though we witnessed the final days, our impressions cannot fail to be colored by our own experiences and expectations. Those who lived through it would have perceived the event quite differently.
That is true.
We must bear in mind that it is no simple matter to keep the truth alive, or it will die with Emmett Selk and his kin. But we have disturbed Tiuna long enough. Fanau will serve similarly well as a venue for our contemplations.
Alrighty. So actually, I think this is a good stopping point for the day, or for the night. Let me see real quick. Let's talk to Almet and complete this quest. By your pensive expression, I take it the tomb was giving you much to think about. That is well. In time, the knowledge you have gleaned will lead you to understanding, and thus arm you for what is come. Before you leave, however, I will speak again of teachings of our forebears, of histories learned, not lived. The legend of Tiuna and exploits have been told countless times over the centuries. It is handed from one generation to the next. The story changes. With each telling of the tale, there are new flourishes. Details changed or lost. We can never truly know how she lived, for we were not there to see it. But we are here now to bear witness to your life. We have seen the change we have wrought, the echoes that will endure long enough after you're gone. And though it too will change in time, I swear to you, we shall do our best to preserve your story. Aww. I hope you'll forgive me if I don't make my oath on my own, but I think it goes without saying, we could never speak of your heroism. Perish the thought. So long as we are here, there's none among these who will not know of all you have done for Novant. We are not deserving such reverence, but we are grateful all the same. You can be certain we will have our own tales to tell of the great guardians of Ratika and the ruins of Ronka. I pray you safe travels then. As ever, we shall await your return with open arms. Nice. I'm assuming... Wait, let me see what Y'shtola says. Yeah, okay, let's return to the Crystarium and then we'll end it. By all rights, an old friend. By all rights, you should be departing for the Crystarium, but Y'shtola does not... Oh, she does not seem ready to return. Then if that's the case, we'll continue this. I'll chill with her here in the rain in the meantime. Since I thought we'll return to the Crystarium. Yeah, we can vibe here in the meantime. We'll end stream here for the night then. I knew so. Lots of things happen. Well, not too much. I think story is still building. I wonder why. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I'm wondering why the after patches for Shadowbringers is a little slower than I expected it to be. Sorry, I'm fixing my hair. It's a little slower than I expected it to be. I'm not sure why, but I think it will pick up. I mean, I like the whole, I like what happened just now. This whole solo was very interesting to me. Oh, it's great. You will see. That's what everyone's telling me. They're saying, you will see. You're not at the end yet. You will see and you will love it, is what they're telling me. So, that's why I'm not gonna, criticize it or say anything yet until I finish Shadowbringers. I always tell, through any game, I will not judge it until, I finish it. And in this case, I'm judging by each arc of the game, because they're all separate. 5.2 is just a bit slower. I see, okay. Yeah, that's what I was feeling right now, that 5.2 is it's slowly building. I don't know what it's building to, because, I was having a lot of questions after fighting in the Tempest with, Emmett Sulk, what are we gonna do? What's happening now? We got rid of them. I know we have a goal to bring everyone back to our original place, but while we're doing that, it seems like something is brewing in the background, and it's okay, something's up, but I just don't quite get it exactly, you know? But I hope it all eventually comes together. It all comes together like the Kronk meme from Cusco. I just hope it all just makes more sense later on. But yes, like I always say, whatever it is for you, day or night, make sure you drink your water, take care, and bye-bye!